Okie dokie then. Demon, Dragon, Elementals, Murloc, and Pirate. I see Pirate with Dragons. I see Murlocs with no support tribes. Demons and Elementals don't give a fuck. Dragons don't give a fuck. Dragon Pirate meme comp? Dragon Pirate meme comp with N'Zoth? That could be funny. All right. Wait a second. Could this be funny? Bofur, are you the guitarist for Ghost? Well, I stream too often. It'd be hard for me to be on tour and streaming at the same time. I feel like you might be a little off base with that one. But what do I know? Shoe on head or pre-recorded? I'm not wearing shoes. Shoes don't exist, just like ghosts. Got you, Bofur. On your stream, we celebrate fake things all the time. Birds, birthdays, ghosts, having fun. Yeah, all of them. Exactly. I hope they revisit the Death Day chapter in the TV series. It was clearly pivotal to the world building. Yes. Yes. I hope they do absolutely nothing to the books and just put them in video form. Says the entirety of the internet. I really don't get that point of view. Don't get me wrong, like, me? I grew up with those stories, you know? I read the books multiple times as a child. I remember waiting for the book to come out, getting it the day it released, and reading it all the way through. Whenever the new books came out. But, like, I can't think of anything less entertaining than just completely rebroadcasting the books on TV form. I have no interest in watching that TV series. But if you do something with it, make it into a more interesting story. Things don't have to be fucking canon for them to be entertaining. I'm willing to see how the first season goes at least. Oh, I'll watch it for sure. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'm saying, like, the people that are being purists out there, though, like, if they make changes to the story, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Every change is gonna be fucking game breaking. It's catastrophic. The world's ending. They made Harry have slightly less ruffled hair. Waiting for Silo Season 2? I watched Silo Season 1. I liked it. It was good. You may be in the minority there. Lots of people want exactly the book visual made visual. That's what I'm saying. I don't get those people. Like, it's the dumbest concept I've ever heard in my entire life. I just want to transplant the book into TV form. Bro, just go read a book. Absolutely fucking no. You gotta have adaptation to make something interesting. If you just make it the exact same thing, you might as well have not have done it. What if I can't read? Well, I mean, that's a good point. For all of the illiterates, that makes sense then. But, like, you still gotta have some creativity. You still gotta do something to engage. All right. Well, that's a lot of stats. That is a lot of stats for turn 4. Cute. Cute, 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 cute. Not only do I want them to stay faithful, I want them to do it exactly how I picture it in my head specifically. Yeah, this is why the expectation is just absurd. Do I think that they should write their own entirely new story? Absolutely not. Should you fundamentally change the characters? No. But, like, are plot points going to be one-for-one direct reading of the book? No. It's not that they aren't going to stay somewhat close to the original story. Yeah, they're not making a whole different series out of the characters. But people are going to mold so hard over this shit. And it's going to be delightful. Uh-huh. Less uh-huh. More, huh? I discovered Audible like 3.5 years ago, and I use it every day at work. I use Audible or like a library app all the time to listen to audiobooks. It's a good time. I agree. All right, well. Are we ballers? Ballers on a budget? My local library audio Nook section is god-awful, sadly. Maybe I'm just living in luxury of the progressive state of Ohio. But they have copies of everything in the Ohio Digital Library, which any library card will get you access to. Like, there's everything there. It's not like I have to go to my local library to get an audiobook. There's online directories full of this shit. I have seen better. I have seen worse. But yeah, can afford Audible just fine. Fair enough. You do you, homie. I also have had Audible for a lot of years. Whole like Prime thing. I feel like you might be missing something if it's like... There's probably more stuff out there. You just don't know where to look. Okay. Can we find premium minions? I mean, this is a good minion. Can we find Murlocs? Be pretty cool too. That one's kind of a homie too. I like you. What about that baller right there? Does your local library system get you membership for nearby libraries? Like I used to live in Minneapolis and I'm able to get library memberships for St. Paul too. Yes. I mean, at least for me. Not only that, but I have access to the state library, which is just an aggregate like collection of all of the local libraries. You just rent from other libraries. And they have like a centralized search engine that you could just search and then take something from a library 6 hours away from you. Once I realized that, I never bought another thing on Audible. Just the free book. Ohio sounds amazing. Yeah, we're truly living in the future in Ohio. Like, nothing says progressive like Ohio. Oh, could you please kill it? Thank you. That was nice. That was beautiful. Do late book fees still accumulate exponentially? Have they ever accumulated exponentially? That feels wrong. That feels real bad if that's the case. Well, tempo is tempo. That Lockpen Prince is huge. He is a large motherfucker. Double Agam trick doesn't work anymore, Bofur. Sometimes I forget that I'm very attached to the inner workings of Hearthstone, and I want to make a sarcastic comment. But to most people, they probably aren't that connected to it. Yep, it's been out of the game since last Tuesday. Or last Wednesday, whatever it was. It's been, I think it was Tuesday night, right? It's been 10 days. It's been gone. But if Blizzard doesn't, like, naturally advertise that, then how would you expect people to know? Yep. Been gone for a minute. That was a good hit. I'll take it. The day you returned to streaming, it was like the day afterwards. Middle of that stream, because we tried to hard force it day 2, which was last Tuesday. And it got patched in the middle of the stream. Okie dokie then. Nala portrait, because stats are stats, but like, are we realistically going to do it off of a single Nala portrait? No. Devourer, Sticker, Book of Medivh, or Glowing Gauntlet. No mech or anything for Glowing Gauntlet doesn't make a ton of sense. Book of Medivh just to take 2 spells. Could be good. Could just be play Nala portrait. Bofur, I know you're late. I'm late to the party, but watching you, or I missed your YouTube updates. I watched you with my morning cereal. Yeah, I had to take a little hiatus, but we're back now. This is not what I wanted to do with this game. Maybe we get another Nala. Feels like Scam is about the only thing we can do in this game, right? So like Nala's here just to facilitate playing some cheap spells and then get some stats passively. But this is a Scam angle or bust. I see Nala, I pivot, and then I go 8th. Hey, if you're getting to turn 9, you're oftentimes not getting 8th. People are regularly dead before turn 9 at this point. Do not enjoy. Definitely enjoy. All right, cool. Got him. Always go for atrocities with fish. Yeah, well. Timeline for games just doesn't fit this, you know? Level for 2. Free to level next turn. But I feel you. What's the opposite of dope? Because that's not dope. It's an atrocity. Mope. Checks out, actually. Hey, look, he's in a shitty spot like we are. We're just in a less shitty spot. His whole read was the exact same thing. It was like, well, we don't have stats. We just got to go in for tempo. Go for the Venoms. Unfortunately, we're all Death Rattles and Venoms. Oh shit, look at these taunts. They're balling. Yeah, I mean, take 1 cost spells at least. Could always freeze for other things. Alright, I got some scam for your scam over here. Honestly, who knows what the future brings, but it's going to be some scam cards. Does Leroy work with fish now? That's a good question, considering it didn't as of like 3 months ago. But I've seen it work before, within the last month. last week being back. That doesn't prove that it always does. Just like yesterday, the discussion on gambling. Just because some people can make money off of a specific type of gamble doesn't prove that it is profitable on average with the right method. I like how that conversation was really funny to me because I also agree with the person that I was arguing against. There is evidence that you can make edges in specific sport books. But saying some people make it work is not supporting evidence for that case. That is anecdotal as fuck. That is not actually proving shit. Well, if somebody does it, that means it must be true. No, it means that somebody happened to do it. If I told you that we're going to have a coin flipping competition over here, we have a completely fair coin, and I'm going to put 1,000 people in the room and I'm going to flip a coin 9 times. The expectation is that somebody out of that group, not only that, but a good chunk of somebody's, 2 or 3, are going to flip the right way all 9 times. Bofur poke the bear. It's just a funny concept, right? Saying it does exist doesn't mean it proves that it is mathematically viable. But I love poking bears. I don't think we care that much about this. Like, one more venom would be good. We'll take 1. About base skill. Make any sense? About new hero power. That could make sense. About Merglin burglars. Right, you're trash. I don't care about you. Oh, alright, we'll do that. These are poop. It's a golden fish. They won't even know what hit them. Dude, it's fort comp. Dude, this is just meta comp. This right here is what you should be doing in like 80% of games. You go, here's my tempo hero. All right, cool. Here's my lesser trinket. All right, that thing allows me to continue to stay relevant tempo-wise and level. Leave myself open to be able to win the lobby. You get to turn 9 and you're like, I'm still healthy. I didn't win the game off my trinket. Let's go all in. Like, you follow that roadmap right there and you will gain ratings so fast right now. It's insane, but it's true. Like that, it's the only thing you need to do to gain rating. Also, rip fish. That was a nasty black dragon. Yeah, I mean, like, we don't have game winner board state. We can win off a scam, maybe. Otherwise, we take positive points. Cleave is cringe. Motherfucker killed my fish. We see Belchers and shit in hand at this point. This is annoying because I want to be able to give the venom to this stuff or with the spawns, you know? We don't have enough things in hand. Cleave is something we don't have a good answer to, though. It's the Sneed combo with the fish. Yeah, I was going to use it. Could put it here. We'd have to sell you. Downside is we wouldn't have a minion in the hand, which is not really that bad. This thing is always going to go before Belcher, though. But it's Divine Shield, so it possibly could just live. Put the 10-9 before the fish. This thing's going to give 2 Venoms. It's kind of important. That's why we want things behind it that are Murlocs. Get 'em, fish. Put a Sneed Death Rattle on the fish to guarantee it. Put Sneed Death Rattle on the fish. And then the fish itself, we could gold again with N'Zoth Buddy. I like it. All this does is burn a gold. There's no 6 I want. What I want is Belcher. Like, it's the one card I actually want right now, is Belcher. Now I can taunt Belcher if I see it. This is so reminiscent of, like, the olden days. I love boards like this. We try to counterplay the other person's board based upon these kind of mechanics. The problem is the game is like this right now, right? It's a bajillion stats, so like that doesn't exist as a mechanic in the game anymore. Well, it kind of does when you play poison against them, but it doesn't matter what any of those minions are. Lame. Fucking lame. Almost got the double venom. Fucking lame. So many would look at this board and cringe. Man, like every game is the same exact board states winning. And people get upset if like there's another way to play the game. Here comes over 1,000 thousands. It would be one thing if like everyone was capable of getting it, but when trinkets either enable or disable that line for you the moment you toggle them, you're like, all right. Winnable or not winnable? Question mark. Think about the taunt. Think about the health pools on some minions too. Where's Belcher? That's not Belcher. Cool. Good hit there. Good hit there. Okay, we're cooking this time. Now we're getting somewhere. Less good, but still very good. Hit to the right for me one time, baby. Just to the right. Wait a second. Did we kill him? Adds up numbers. Let's fucking go. There we go, baby. Back to old feeling Battlegrounds. How do we counterplay this board state? But that's just like, it's the perfect example. That right there is the perfect example of like what the game has gone away from and what it's become. Because it used to be like tech cards mattered. Tech cards mattered so much. Positioning mattered so much. How you played cards to your hand, like what you banked for, what you rolled for in the later turns. And nowadays it's like whenever it's stat versus stat, which is like 90% of games, one person just dwarfs the other person and there's very little counterplay. Yeah, sure, a tech card here and there matters sometimes. But like, a board full of 500/500s doesn't beat a board full of 1,000/1000s. It doesn't matter if you sub out one of those 500/500s for a Leroy, it doesn't change the fight. You gotta like fundamentally change your entire board state. Look at the fun scam board. I don't want every board to be scam. I just want stats to be closer so there's counterplay, right? So this is the YouTube game with a monologue at the end. Yes, that's the monologue to end the video. Gotta make sure I monologue real quick.